Hello everyone, and welcome back to Technically Unsure, where I'm not really sure what I'm doing technically.
Maybe check those files back there.
As you may know, I'm running a beast TrueNAS server in my home lab in the rack. That's working perfectly fine, and I'm happy with it. I've been running it probably for 4 years or so, 3 years, 4 years, and yeah, no issues whatsoever. But for a temporary small project, I need a small dedicated separate NAS. I wasn't really looking into buying one right away. I just had that in my mind that I need one at some point. I need to do something with that. I'm not a big fan of the pre-built stuff, especially NAS. I don't think I personally would never buy like a pre-built NAS from Synology or QNAP or companies, whatever. I would rather just build my own. Seriously, while just surfing AliExpress, I'm looking for new boards and stuff like that, things that you may like section, whatever it is called. I just saw a motherboard, caught my attention. I clicked on it. I will put it somewhere on the screen, and I was reading about it, and I was intrigued, and I liked it even more that it is completely no-name, another Chinese motherboard. So anyway, I wanted to know more about it, and I placed the order the same day. And drum roll, please. Here we are. This is exactly what I got. They sent a CPU cooler as well with it. I didn't even know it's coming with it, but I just, yeah, I ordered this no-name motherboard. As you can see in the camera, yeah, literally nothing, no label, no name. Even in the AliExpress listing, you go look at it, there's no like a brand or anything. It's just, in the way down below, all the way down, it says the company. We'll talk about that, but yeah, let me just open it up. I/O shield, 2 SFF 8643 ports that each turn into 4 SATA ports. So I really didn't know they are gonna send that. I didn't know they are gonna send the CPU cooler or the I/O shield or the brace, right?
Pay close attention to the brace that goes at the back of the computer.
The motherboard, QC pass. Okay, we're gonna see if it passes my QC. Very nice. I like it so far. Just the looks of it. I like all computer boards, so yeah, I'm biased like that. Okay, today we will be reviewing this nameless, brandless 9-bay NAS motherboard. It does have a couple different versions. You will see that in the AliExpress link. I bought the 7840H CPU and 32GB RAM and 1TB NVMe SSD version. So total, I paid $760 for everything, including shipping, taxes, and this and that, and all that. I wasn't really expecting any of the extras, but yeah. So total 32GB, not each. So this gotta be each 16 gig. Yep, it is. You see it in here? Yeah, each 16 gig. And so 32 gig RAM, and this gotta be 1TB. Underneath this is the CPU. So let's go over specs and stuff, right? So this is a Mini-ITX form factor. So 17 centimeters by 17 centimeters. To fellow Americans, it's basically 6.7 inches, right? In terms of specification, as I said, nameless motherboard, 10 layer, by the way. This is 10 layer board. So yeah, kind of expected. There is also USB ports and audio and network and all that. We're gonna cover the details. In terms of CPU, this is AMD Ryzen 7 7840HS, 8 core, 16 thread, 16 megabyte cache, and clock speed goes up to 5.1. And the RAM is 2 16GB, total 32GB DDR5 RAM. The max this motherboard supports is 64 GB RAM, so 32 in each slot. That's the max. The memory clock speed is 5600, so keep that in mind, 5600. In terms of power supply, it uses the ATX 24 pin and 8 pin, another one in here. Basic power consumption, according to manufacturer of this motherboard, is 35 to 54 watts. Okay, in terms of I/O, starting from this side, let me hold on a second. I can't review anything without my pen.
The pen is blue.
In this corner, we have two USB 3.2 ports. Nice. And then we have on top display port DP 1.4. In bottom, we have HDMI 2.0 port. Then there is on top again, we have another USB 3.2. Then on bottom, we have USB-C port, but this boy is USB 4. Very nice. Which means, as you might have seen in my other videos, you can connect an external GPU to it. So just keep that in mind. And then there is 4 2.5 Ethernet network ports. Then there is the audio interface, so 3.5 standard 3.5 millimeter jack here. Audio and mic, speaker and microphone dual in here. And we talked about that. So we go over this side. If you're using all the hard drives, you better connect this one as well. I believe I read it somewhere. That's what I remember. The most important part is here, but let's go. So this one is actually PCI Gen 3 X16 or PCI 4 X8 slot. And then there is the most important part, as I was talking about. So it's this two. So these two are the SFF 8643 ports. So these combined with this cable 1 and 1, it will give you 8 SATA ports. Additionally, there is one more SATA port in here, and this one is SATA 3. So yeah, 4419, total 9, that's what they're calling it. 9-bay NAS motherboard. So that's why they are calling it that. If we rotate it this way, so this one is COM port. This is SATA, we talked about it. There's a buzzer over here, and this is the power for the SATA. Then there is two USB 2.0. So these are slow, but I guess, I don't know, you can connect obviously keyboard and mouse, but also you can connect operating system USB device. You can put a 128 gigabyte USB. It's not going to be super fast. I don't think you would need, but yeah, you can do that. You can put a USB and install the operating system on it and use everything else, including NVMe SSD for the storage for the NAS itself. Up to you. That's just an option. And this is the front panel, front panel I/O stuff. This is the system fan. This is the CPU fan. It's USB 2. So this is USB 2 headers. And this is another USB 3.2 header in here. And these are the two SODIMM DDR5 memory slots. And as I said, 16 is on my case, but you can install up to 32, so total 64 is the max. And this is PCIe Gen 4 X2. And there is a CMOS battery over here. And if we flip it over, there is another NVMe SSD storage slot in here. So this one is also PCI Gen 4 X2. That's the speed. It looks very neat. I mean, even on the board, it doesn't say anything. It says the 7840HS, that's the CPU. It's so funny. I don't know why they're doing that, but look at that. There is no name, no brand, nothing. So this company behind this is called Topton, I don't know, whatever it is. So it is apparently founded in 2015 in Dangwon, China. And on paper, it seems to be a very impressive motherboard, honestly. Again, it's all on paper. So if you compare this to a pre-built commercial NAS that can support 9 disks, right? 9-bay plus 2 NVMe's, right? 1 and 2. You can use one for OS, one for caching, right? And the 64 gigabyte RAM, let's say, or 32 gigabyte RAM. And there is a PCIe port as well. And let's just say they give you the CPU cooler, right? So all you need is a case and a power supply, from what I can think of, honestly. Let's be generous. I don't know, 150? Okay, 200 for the power supply plus the case. So on top of the cost for the motherboard that ships with everything, even the cable, right? And all you need to buy is a case and a power supply. Considering that, I think in terms of performance, this would crush. In that price range, remember, in that price range, this would crush any commercial pre-built NAS. If you know better, share please in the comment section. I would like to know. I wouldn't personally still buy it. As I said, I'm biased like that. I don't like closed source pre-built NAS for my data. You know, there are a lot of vulnerabilities being discovered all day for these QNAPs and Synologies and all that. That's not the point, I get it, but I just don't like it. Let's just go with that. I don't like pre-built stuff. If it works, I will check that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a mess over here. So I won't be putting this inside any case or anything. Let's call that open air. Let's call that open air tabletop janky setup, technically unsure version, right? I want you to see everything. So I'm gonna put everything on here. I will try to boot it first. Let's see, maybe they shipped it with some OS. I just wanna see if they ship it with anything. And if not, I will try Windows maybe. And then I will try TrueNAS. We'll do some benchmarking and all that stuff. Grab a coffee. I'm gonna grab all my power supply and you know, other stuff to prepare my janky setup, and I will be right back. Hold on, I forgot. I want to show you this as well. So I already started putting the cables, but I want to show you, I want to unbox this in front of you so we all see it together. These are the thermal paste. The brand is Johnsbow. Probably I'm not gonna use Johnsbow, I'm sorry. But yes, I have my own thermal paste, and there is other brace inside is this. This is nice. Do you agree? Yeah. Okay. I like it. Oh, the same brand as the thermal pad. So I believe the size is this much, and this is much bigger. So it sits in the center, and those. There should be a clip and everything inside this. Let me open it in front of camera as well. Let me take this out. Okay, so these are the thumb screws. Two different models. I was going to say there's no documentation. Okay, I take that back, I'm sorry. Okay, so there is a documentation. And let's see if it is a good one. Instructive enough. Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so we put the two brackets this way and the nuts go to the other side. Yeah, yes, pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, we have to remove the original motherboard, which is not installed here. Yeah, it's not there. Okay, anyway, I am going to install this, bring a power supply. I don't have a 500, I will bring something higher. It doesn't matter. So I will bring a power supply and everything else, and we take it from there. I want to make sure that I got this properly on the other camera as well. So yeah, okay, this is it. And I'll throw this away, throw that away, throw this away. Yeah, let me prepare this. There is nothing else in the box. Okay, let me get this ready, and we take it from there. All right, no judging, right? We talked about that, no judging. So I have made the jankiest setup, I believe. So this is my fancy power button. I connected to front I/O. No documentation, but the good thing is the labels were right there on the motherboard itself. I connected for now to 8 terabyte SSDs that I'm actually going to use with this. And I have 2 more unopened 8 terabyte each. So I will probably do 8 terabyte on one and 8 terabyte on the other one. We'll come to that later. And I installed the CPU cooler. I put the USB and mouse and keyboard thingy in there, and I connected the HDMI. For now, I haven't connected the Ethernet. I don't want it to run into some OS that I don't know what's going on in there first. So, are you ready? Yeah? Okay, let's see the jankiest setup. 1, 2, 3, kaboom. Oh, it didn't explode. Okay, let's see what they ship this board with. Oh, look at that. Let's go to BIOS first. I gotta see the BIOS. AMI, okay. But yeah, it says right there, the delete key is the BIOS key. So, well, that was the beep. Okay, standard stuff. That's good. So I can see my AMD Ryzen 7 7840HS right there. It comes with the Radeon graphics as well. CPU speed 3.8. That's okay. Oh, there it does have a TPM as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention there's TPM too. And pretty standard stuff. 4 Ethernet controllers. That's correct. NVMe FreeBSD. What? They ship it with FreeBSD? Maybe pfSense? FreeBSD, really? Let me reboot. Okay, there's nothing here special really. We saw, okay, what was the RAM speed? Did we see that? I don't see that in here. Manufacturer name, by the way, is default string. Remember that. And the product name is also default string. So this is a very common, very famous company. Oh yeah, it's right there. I'm blind. Total memory is 32 gig and it's DDR5. And date and time is invalid. That's okay, but close enough. I think it is actually correct. Probably that's China time, but yeah, anyway. Default string, the manufacturer. Okay, let's discard and reboot. I just want to see that pfSense thing. Oh, what happened? Yeah, so it's pfSense, not FreeBSD. Okay, I mean FreeBSD, pfSense runs on FreeBSD. Okay, so now you know. If you end up buying this 9-bay NAS motherboard, it comes with pfSense, and it is with pfSense 2.7, as you can see on the screen on top, and also FreeBSD detected the Radeon S780 graphics and also the Ryzen 7 CPU. So now you know. All right, obviously we don't need the FreeBSD. Let me switch it to, you know what, let's do Windows first. I just want to see it. Let's do Windows. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the update. I was expecting this, but I just wanted to give them a chance. The Ethernet adapters, let me show you, network connections. So Ethernet adapters, none of them worked. I just had to install this USB Ethernet just to get the internet connection. And then once you go in here, if you see that I installed every single update, it updated the motherboard and CPU. It's not the motherboard, CPU and other drivers as well. And if you look at the the computer stuff, it's all default string. So don't expect much. And there's like 4 Ethernet controllers, no driver, multimedia, no driver, and PCIe device, unknown stuff. It's all undetected, and there's no driver. And obviously, as you guessed it, yes, there is no support page, no download page, and I don't even think Windows is supported. Even if I reach out to them, they're going to say Windows is not the supported operating system, so you are on your own, basically. So that being said, I just want to show you the only thing that's worthy of looking at is here. I just want to see if it is detecting the CPU and the temperatures and can read the sensors and stuff like that. Okay, so it is again default string. Voltages, temperatures is all like 30. So yeah, the CPU cooler is doing a great job, I guess. And then the Ryzen 7 7840, yeah, it is doing a okay job. I mean, it's under 0 load, but yes, it's acceptable. And as you can see, this is the power consumption of the CPU. It's not much really. And the clocks are low. All right, and then there is the RAM and the SSDs. The two SSDs are also detected. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the SAS thing is working. So if we do, if you open this up, disk management, yeah, you can see the two disks are detected. I'm not going to initialize. So 8 terabyte, 8 terabyte, 8 terabyte, 8 terabyte. And then there's the C drive, which is the operating system, which is the NVMe SSD. I installed it in there. So that was expected. Windows is not supported. Drivers, it's gonna have issues with. You can install an external GPU, but I don't think even the USB 4 driver is going to work, USB 4 port going to work. So let's forget about it and let's install the TrueNAS. Yeah, why are we playing around? Let's just install the TrueNAS and see how it goes. I don't think there's anything else to show here in Windows. And Windows, when you have a driver needs to be from the manufacturer, it needs to be code signed and everything. So it's not like Linux that you can do some tweaking something yourself. So if there's no driver from the manufacturer, there's no driver. So let's go and install. You know what, let's try Ubuntu first quickly, and then we try the TrueNAS, okay? I will be right back. All right, so we are back, and I got some good news so far. So in Linux, first of all, it was able to detect the NVMe and also the SSD. So that part worked on Windows as well, but I just wanted to show you that the drives are detected. Also, I just wanted to show you the network devices. So yes, it is able to see all 4 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also start the sensor, put it over here, so we always see the temperature and everything for the CPU and memory and all that. So let's do a couple of very quick tests because I have a lot of things to cover in this. I don't want to make the video long. So very nice, very nice. So this is exactly what it should be when they are saying that this is a 2.5 gigabit. Unlike the other one that we were testing, I believe that was like Banana Pie. They had like 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, and we were getting 1.3, 1.4. But yeah, you see, this is what you should see. When it's 2.5 gigabit, this is what you should see. So that's correct. So their 2.5 gigabit Ethernet are actually 2.5. So that is great to see. And obviously, this is a motherboard to be used for a NAS, right? They are literally selling it that way. They're saying 9-bay NAS motherboard. So obviously, because we have that, we have to play games on it. So I installed a bunch of games. We are going to play those. I just want to show you that these are working fine. This is Ubuntu, and I installed Steam on Ubuntu. So I won't spend too much time, but I just want to show you a couple games. I just want you to see that it works. Okay, so as you can see, the temperatures are like 42 and FPS is on the top left corner. That's 50, 60 FPS. So yeah, this is totally playable. Yeah, without any problems, you can use this and play. Yeah, I just wanted to show you this. So yeah, it works. Now let's go back. Also want to show you the Cyberpunk. Okay, so game is loaded. I understand the frame per second is very, very low. And yeah, it's not really that much playable, but I just wanted to show you that it loads. And yeah, so temperature are there, it kind of loads. So I just wanted you to see that. Okay, so we saw a couple games. I also play Tomb Raider. That's also perfectly fine. That's working fine too. So I'm not gonna spend time on that. So I just wanted to show you that. And now let's do a couple benchmarks. Let's do the Sysbench. Remember, this is 8-core, 16-thread CPU, and every time I do benchmark or load a game, I see that this the fan is ramping up temperature and also the results. As you can see, 47. So this is like almost 5 times a Raspberry Pi 5 or RK3588 CPUs. So yeah, that is kind of expected from this powerful Ryzen 7 CPU. Let's do a very quick 7Z. There you go. So yes, because the RAM is also very high on this one, obviously it's going to score a lot higher than the other computers we have been testing. So that's the 7Z benchmark. And also finally, Stress NG. All right, so Stress NG is finished. Oh yeah, that's literally 6, maybe 7 or 8 times Raspberry Pi 5 or RK3588. Yeah, so those boards, usually you get like 800, 870 in stress test matrix prod. So we got like 60, sorry, am I remembering it right? Probably not, don't quote me on that. So you can check my other videos where I'm doing stress NG on the like Banana Pi. I forgot the number, probably I'm confusing that. But yeah, it's very high compared to the other boards that we have been testing. We did the iPerf, we did the Sysbench, we did the Stress NG. Obviously, it's going to be, you know, a funny test, but yeah, this is not really needed, but I just wanted to show you, obviously, this is not going to drop any frames. Yeah, so there's no issues there. Yeah, so we can game on this. We can play, you know, all sorts of games that Steam supports on Linux on this. And remember, I did not install any GPU, so we are using onboard GPU that comes with the CPU. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the system information, 32 GB RAM and latest Ubuntu. I just wanted to show you this. And yeah, it is really fast, really snappy. I've been using this Ubuntu to install packages and everything. It was like very, very smooth. Yeah, so this can be definitely somebody's personal computer even. You can develop on this very fast. So what I'm gonna do is what I actually bought this for. I'm going to install TrueNAS on it and make sure that FreeBSD also detects these 4 Ethernet ports, and that we can install FreeBSD TrueNAS on it. Core, I don't go with scale much, but yeah, I just wanted to show you this as well. The Ubuntu, the fast fetch, and all the information. I'm going to leave it on the screen. You can pause it if you want to read something. And GL Mark, I'm not going to run it for a long time, just very quickly. I just want to show you the range, the numbers that we are getting with the built-in AMD GPU. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So in regular Raspberry Pi or RK3588 stuff, we get like FPS is like the best ones, we get 800. So this is many more times than that. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this. You saw even I'm playing almost, I played like the Cyberpunk, right? So it plays also Tomb Raider very well. It's capable, it's powerful without any additional GPU or anything installed. It works very fast. So now let's try the TrueNAS. Okay, we are back. Actually, it was very fast to install a TrueNAS. I think it took like a minute or 2. So yeah, we are, you know, it worked out of box. The Ethernet adapters were detected, HDMI working, adapters working, hard disks working, NVMe working. Everything is working. So I'm really impressed. Now let me show you on the other computer, in the laptop. So there's not much else in here. I want to show you the web interface. So let me switch. Yeah. So this is the admin panel. As you can see, that's the IP address, right? 172.16.178, and that's exactly what I have loaded up in here. So 16 threads, CPU is detected, graphics detected, and all the Ethernet adapters, all 4 of them is detected. And as you can see, this is 2.5, that's also working. And if we go to the storage, we don't have a pool yet, but if we go to disks, you will see that my 2 disks, like these 2, are detected. So I can go here, create a pool, add those VDEVs, and yeah, there you go. So I can select these 2, create a VDEV, let's just say test, because it's not the real one that I want to do. And yeah, so we are going to add the 2, both of them, and both are SSD, that is correct. And we are going to create one. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, so a pool is created, and yeah, there's literally nothing else to do. I can just now create a share and a file system and start using it as is. So pretty impressive board. I installed Windows, drivers are not there, driver issues are there, no graphics, no Ethernet, and yeah, it wasn't really usable, honestly, Windows. But if you don't want to use it with Windows, as you saw that, I installed Ubuntu, I installed Steam, I even did some light gaming. Gaming works, you know, it never, I checked here and there. I know temperatures were showing very high on some CPU dies. Maybe we should install a better cooler on this, or maybe this is good enough. But yeah, I didn't see any issues for gaming. I did benchmarks, everything went well, and I installed TrueNAS. Literally took me 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. It was up and running, as you see on the screen. So pretty impressive piece of equipment, piece of motherboard. So yeah, it's $700-800, and you install a TrueNAS and you're good to go. You can connect up to 8 hard drives to it and get a case, get a power supply. I'm using the 1300, totally unnecessary. You can go with 500, 600, 650 watt power supply. And yeah, I am surprised. I was expecting that I'm gonna see a lot of funny business going on in here, and I will be, you know, not be able to use it properly. But no, yeah, this is working. So I can say that they are kind of delivering what they're saying. They never said this is for Windows or gaming or anything. It is for a NAS, and I installed TrueNAS in 2 minutes, and everything, all the drivers, adapters, everything working. The speed is perfect. So what I'm gonna say is I'm happy with the purchase, and I don't see really an issue here. AMI BIOS, I have to investigate that. Like, I don't know who's behind this. Is there any custom stuff, you know, anyone added on it? But other than that, this should be, this can be used really for setting up an NAS on it and using it daily. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want me to check some other boards or computers or SBCs or anything, just please let me know. If you have any ideas and suggestions for this board, also please let me know. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.